We live in a country where people still prefer going to their beautician or beauty parlors to get hair care and skincare related advice. So India seems like we are obsessed with fair skin.
Go for hydrofacials only by dermatologists.
As per you, how does lifestyle impact one's skin or hair, and what can people do differently?
Sleep does magic to your skin.
How can consumption of alcohol or somebody smoking impact their skin and hair?
Tend to have the hair thinning, hair baldness, hair patches, and you start aging early. Smoking does cause vitamin B12 deficiencies, and smoking, stress, everything leads to darkening of lips.
Do men also need to take care of their skin, or is it just for women? We live in a society where people are often bucketized on the basis of their looks, and a lot of this, there's a heavy emphasis on hair and skin, unfortunately. So while you may be a 360-degree person, you may be doing everything right, you may be super intelligent, you may be the most deserving person, looks do matter. While we can't change the society and its mindset, it is always good to seek help rather than experimenting and doing things on your own. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to yet another episode of the Sunny Shah Show. Today we have a doctor with us who is transforming the way India looks at skincare, hair care, and confidence. She's a consultant dermatologist, founder of Rachis Clinic, MD and VC, Dr. Rachishmeta Gupta. Rachi, welcome to the show.
Thank you for inviting me.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well. It's a pleasure and honor to come in your show today.
No, the honor is all mine, Rachi, and I'm thankful that you spent some time today. You're going to spend with us, and hopefully our audience get to learn a lot of things from your perspective.
Of course.
Rachi, I know you since childhood, and by that virtue, when I look at the flashback and when I look at this little girl from school days, extremely studious, highly focused, you are amongst those classmates that we had who were known as the geniuses of the school, and you continue doing through that stride.
Yeah.
And you were pretty studious. You could have chosen any field in medical science. What made you pursue skincare and VD?
See, I as a person, I feel that serving humanity is the biggest mission. Every one of us has a life purpose, So something, like we can all be entrepreneurs, but we can be good human beings. And the best service to humanity is to, serve patients. And being a doctor gives the highest job satisfaction. Now, what happens? There were many lines available, but I choose dermatology because there are many things to it. You have to be intelligent because everyone will see that the skin, the rash is red, and they feel that, oh, it's just a fungal, oh, it's just a viral infection. They self-diagnose, they self-treat. No, you need an expert guidance to actually figure it out. And if you're a good doctor, even in a single consultation, the rash will go away. So the patient will know that, okay, this doctor is good because the rash just went away. So it is just visible. So skin is a mirror of the internal disease. So if you're a good doctor, it will show up. And you know what? All the patients, they love their dermatologist because you always love to have a clear and a beautiful skin.
What are the common myths about laser treatments, and what is it that people need to know so that they are more aware and they can take informed decisions when it comes to their skincare?
See, nowadays things are changing because patients do know about lasers, but because on the net it's so viral, people are purchasing even handheld devices. That's not good. So you should go for a laser because it's safe only in safe hands. Like if you purchase a car but you don't know how to drive it, how can you use a laser wisely? So what I say is when you have come to a dermatologist, you are in the safest hands. And when I prescribe that you have to undergo laser treatments, then it means it will repair your skin. And it's not like it's the only option. Along with the laser, you need to carry the medicine creams as well. So everything in synergistic will give you results.
Interesting. So lasers are safe if practiced by
dermatologists. Yes. But we do explain the patients all the aftercare also. Like aftercare, you need to apply sunscreen, then moisturizer, and then cold compresses. That all is a must.
Let's go a bit technical here. What are the kind
Okay.
of lasers you have in your clinic?
I have all kind of lasers in my clinic. I've got Intel's Pulse Light laser, I've got QC NDX laser, then CO2 lasers, and then high intensity frequent ultrasound, and then permanent hair removal, like a triple wavelength diode laser, everything.
Dr. Achi, we briefly touched based upon the kind of lasers that you have at your clinic, but I wanted to go a layer beneath,
Yes,
understand what's the use of each of them
yes.
and how do you treat your patients using this technology.
See, lasers in skin, we have a wide variety of lasers. And for every indication, every diagnosis, I give a different laser.
Okay.
So let's give it point to point narration. सबसे पहले बात करते basic. If you've got acne, how we treat it. So acne can be treated by chemical peels also. It can be treated by lasers also. Now there is one laser, intense pulse light laser, which is like a light bulb. It has a very wide wavelength. And what happens when the intense pulse light laser, it hits your skin, your tissue gets inflamed in your skin and it repairs your skin. So then your skin will have that rejuvenated effect.
Yeah.
So your acne will dry up, it will fade away, and even the dark spots will be less. So that was for acne. Now let's come to the acne marks, acne scars. So there are different scars, like you get box scars, rolling scars, ice pick scars. And what is scar? Basically कि आपके चेहरे पे there is a tissue loss. अभी ये एक ऐसी चीज है कि ये मेडिसिन से कवर नहीं कर सकते. We need something which will repair your scars. So there comes the fractional CO2 laser. It's an ablative laser which can repair and heal your scars, and the results are permanent. So one session we do, it little bit fills your scar. Second session we do, again it fills the scar. So laser is a continuity process. It's not like a one day job. आज मैंने किया, फिर महीने के बाद किया, फिर अगेन महीने के बाद किया, एंड डिपेंडिंग ऑन द डेप्थ ऑफ योर स्कार आई विल से कि हाँ आपको 6 सेशंस है, 8 सेशन है, 10 सेशन है, लाइक दिस. बट देन योर स्कार्स आर ट्रीटेड. नाउ कमिंग टू द थर्ड पॉइंट, इफ यू हैव गॉट द पिगमेंटेशन इश्यूज, लाइक सुना ही होगा मेलास्मा है, हाइपर पिगमेंटेशन है, वो छाया बोलते हैं इन फीमेल्स, दैट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू ट्रीट. So what happens is in the melanin pigments, they are more in your skin, in the epidermis and the deep dermis. Now, depending on the melasma, the type of melasma, we select the treatment modality. Some we give just basic medicines like oral glutathione, which will inhibit the melanin synthesis, and we can give topical creams like we give kojic acid, and we can give tyrosinase inhibitor creams, we give lactic acid creams, we give glycolic acid, and then we top with it with the laser treatment. So laser, we give a QSICH NDX laser. QSICH NDX laser that works, it inhibits the melanin synthesis, it breaks down the melanin in the melanocytes, which is cleared from your skin. So what happens, your black spots, it will fade away.
Interesting.
So in a single session, you get like maybe 5-10% brightening, depending on what juice, what power, what frequency, what hertz we have used the machine. So there comes the technicality part. We must be aware of how much is the safety in that patient. So depending on his skin type, like it's a dry skinned, then we tend to, give a little bit lower power in the first session. Then second session, we slightly increase the power. Third session, we increase the power, like that. Now, if there is a different concern, you must be aware of PCOS. It's a hormonal disbalance, where is a polycystic ovarian disease. So patient has different symptoms. They have acne, they've got facial hairs, then they've got hair fall, then irregular periods, and then there's a family history of diabetes. Now the most distressing issue is patient get facial hairs. आपने सुना ही होगा वो पार्लर में जाते हैं, they tend to wax your hair and then they tend to thread your hair, but wax can lead to burns. I've seen many patients कि वो पार्लर में गए, वैक्स किया, बर्न्स हो गए. नाउ वी ट्रीट द बर्न्स, और बर्न्स एक बार अच्छा होगा, उसके बाद वी पुट देम ऑन परमानेंट हेयर रिडक्शन. सो इट्स बेटर कि वो पीपल में इतनी अवेयरनेस आए तो डायरेक्टली दे कैन गो फॉर अ परमानेंट हेयर रिडक्शन. So permanent hair reduction laser can work on any part of the body where you have got black hairs. It does not work on the white hairs.
Interesting.
Yes. All world machine can only work on the black hairs because it needs melanin in the black hairs to get rid and to make it work. So we can decrease the number of hair on your face, on your upper lips, chin, facial hairs. We can even work on the hands, legs, anywhere. And you can just have a permanent hair reduction results.
Interesting.
Still, the list is there. Now I'm coming to high intensity frequent ultrasound. So ultrasound, it works on the skin tightening.
Okay.
So we can lift the deep dermal fascia, the subdermal fascia, and you can have less wrinkles. You can have a more firm and a tight looking skin, and you look younger.
So these are all skincare related lasers.
Yes.
I believe you also have something for hair care.
Yes. So that's a different forte. In hair, then we have LLT. So that's a low level laser device, and it's called cold laser, which works on improving the hair thickness and the density. So it will control the hair fall and make your hairs thick.
Okay.
Then there is even mesotherapy, and there is PRP, there is hair transplant, there are lot to hair divisions. Mesotherapy is the injection of a multivitamins, nutrients in the scalp, which revitalizes your scalp. So it can stimulate the hair cell follicles, and we can prevent the hair loss, and we can make new hair loss come. And then there is PRP also. So that is when we inject the patient's processed blood, that's the platelet, concentrate in your scalp, and you can get the new hairs. Then there is hair transplant also. So hair transplant, we take the hair from the donor area and we implant in the recipient area. So it's like a 8-10 hour surgery. We take the hairs and we implant it on the crown area or where the hair is sparse.
Interesting. So that's a whole bouquet of lasers that you have.
Yes.
So like a complete solution for all your skincare and hair care problems. You always say clear skin boosts confidence.
Yes.
Can you give us an example of a patient that you treated that actually lived by this?
Okay. So what happens is I see so many patients daily. From 2010, when I got into residency, till 2025. It's been almost 15 years when I'm seeing all the skin disease patients. And what I feel is everyone is going to some or the other mental health issues. Either some has depression, anxiety, even a single acne you won't believe can give rise to suicidal tendencies.
Wow.
I have seen teenagers like whose both parents, they are working and he's alone and he just washes his skin 50 times a day. So there is something which a disease was not there. It was like a dermatitis artifacta. He himself caused the disease, but the trigger was because both our parents are working. So this is something different. It's a psychological problem. Now coming to the real problem is someone like having acne. But वो पुराने ज़माने के ख्यालात में आता है कि नहीं वो पिंपल है तो अपने आप मिट जाएंगे. It's a myth. कभी पिंपल अपने आप कैसे मिटेंगे? So you need a good treatment. और तब इतने लोग they were not aware. I think still some people are not aware that as they have the personal physician, they should have the personal dermatologist as well.
We live in a country where people still prefer going to their beautician or beauty parlors to get hair care and skincare related advice. What would be your message to such individuals?
See, I believe the safety comes at a cost. It's in your hands. So if you want something for yourself, invest in yourself. You should have a personal dermatologist in your case. See, like in foreign, in abroad, everyone has their own dermat. So it's high time India should also awaken and we should also realize this.
Let's talk about skincare.
Yes.
People often get confused. So let's say if I want to do my elementary skincare checkup, I often get confused whether I have an oily skin, I have a normal skin, I have a dry skin, and then all these things that the world tries to sell us. What would be your advice? What should be the basic first step they do?
See, first you can try identifying your skin. So normally a skin which has no issues, it will not have any marks, no scars, no acne, nothing. And your skin will not react to any products. It's a normal skin. Now, if you have an oily skin, your T-zone will be oily. You will have more acne, sebaceous glands will be visible, more sebum production, more enlarged pores. If you have got dry skin, then you will have a more itchy and a tight skin. And if you have got a sensitive skin, you will have a red and a flaky skin.
Yeah.
So you need to figure out the skin first so you can choose the products which will suit you. Not every product will suit you. In India, it's a myth कि यार ये इसको इस क्रीम से अच्छा हो गया वो मैं लगा लूं, वो सही नहीं है.
Interesting. What should be the bare minimum skincare that one can think of as a morning routine or as an evening routine before going to bed?
Yeah, so this is a good question. Actually, all my patients ask this every day. So what happens is normally they expect one or two things as a regimen, but I have a list. So I'll start from the list.
Sure.
From the morning when you get up, you should mildly wash your face with a gentle cleanser. Then if you're using a toner, it should be alcohol free because it's safe for all kind of skin. Then you should use a moisturization on your skin. Now, depending on the quality of skin you have, that's why here's the catch. If you've got oily skin, it should be lightweight moisturizer. If you've got a dry skin, it should be a little bit having hyaluronic acid or, peptides in the moisturizer. And then apart from this, you can apply sunscreen on the top of it. Sunscreen is needed every day. Sunscreen is the must morning regime. And again, it should be applied by 2-finger length rule on the face, neck, hands and the foot. मतलब हमें सनस्क्रीन घर में रहो तब भी लगाना है, बाहर रहो तब भी लगाना है. Even the now concept I'm extending a little bit because like the blue light filters, pollutants, everything damage your skin. So India, the morning, the sunscreen is must even if you're at home or you're in office.
But I mean, Tolan and I do that. Thankfully to your advice that even in these lights, the studio lights, we apply sunscreen at least in front of the show.
Even I have applied.
So it's a myth that, if it's a rainy day, you shouldn't be.
No, UV rays penetrate through the clouds also. 80% of UV rays, they penetrate through the clouds. So even in rainy season, you need to apply.
Makes sense. So it's not the sunlight, it's the UV rays.
UV rays, it's the UVA, UVB rays which damage your skin.
Interesting. If people have an affordability issue, is there a bare minimum product that you would recommend? Let's say a moisturizer, a sunscreen, a toner, anything that people can pick as a bare minimum?
See, for me or for any dermatologist, the most recommended thing would be a sunscreen.
Okay.
Sun protection factor is the bare minimum which is required if you want a healthy skin. Because we do not know about the side effect of UV rays, but when you get into it, you will know it. It's a lot. Like if you want me to enlist this, then there are certain chances of skin cancers as well. Skin aging, lines, wrinkles, photosensitivity, sun damaged skin, and pigmentation, everything starts because people don't start sunscreen at an earlier age.
So everybody, irrespective of
prevention is the best.
should use a sunscreen.
Yes.
So Dr. Rashi, we spoke about the day care routine for skin. What would be the night regime before you hit the bed?
So at the night, you can use a cleanser and then a toner. And then you can apply the under eye cream. And then you can apply the spot corrector cream, active peptides, active serum, full face, and then moisturizer full face.
And this is like every day?
Every day. It is called layering of skin.
Interesting.
So we start from the thinnest layer and we move till the thickest layer. That's a full area moisturizer.
There are a lot of people like us who keep traveling. So we're in different parts of the world using different waters, different weather conditions, different countries, right? Are there any additional things that we need to be taking care of with that kind of a lifestyle?
Yeah, you can carry the things in your bag. You can have wipe areas and then you can carry the tissues and you can take care of face wash cleansers, which are quite handy. There are pocket sunscreens and sunscreen bar, which is the new thing.
Sunscreen bar?
Yeah, sunscreen bar is there. Sunscreen stick is there. And
so everybody has a routine. So let's say if you want to go for your health checkup, we usually do once in a quarter. Yeah, if you are visiting a particular expert, knowing your health condition at least once every 6 months, is there a specific routine that we should be following while visiting our dermatologist? How often should we be visiting?
See, India में कैसा है कि जब problem होती है तभी patients आते हैं. They don't approach us without any issue. But the smart ones, they know कि नहीं हर महीने जाना चाहिए. Because there's everything going inside your skin which you not know, which only the dermatologist can figure it out. So sometimes your skin is good, but for the normal routine regimens, also you can take a guidance. Like what can be my morning routine, what can be my night routine, what else can I use for my skin? like that. Now the problem is when you have an issue, you directly go at the end point. मतलब जब सबसे खराब स्किन हो गई तब आप आए, but उससे पहले आप stage 1 में आओ, तो we have better solutions. Now when you come like a severely flared acne, then we have to give the best medicine, the peels or the lasers, and the number of treatments also increases.
Right.
And when you come at an early stage, the treatment period is also short.
Interesting. Let's look at some viral trends
Yes.
which the youth in India is chasing. So India, as you know, seems like we are obsessed with fair skin. Everybody is trying to chase that.
Huh.
I'm talking about Korean glass skin,
Yes.
which has become trending.
Yeah.
What's your perspective about it?
See, in Korea, all of them, they have a luminous skin. They have a clear skin and a shiny glass-like skin. Now, we as Indians look them as ideals. We don't have our Indian idols. We look up to them as idols. But Korea is a different climate. It's a different environment. In India, it's a different climate and a different environment. So what happens? Our skin genetically is more thick and more acne prone, looking to the weather conditions of India. So you can have your goal as a well cared skin and a well glowing skin. We should not opt for that white skin, but we should opt for a healthy skin.
Everybody's obsessed with collagen and glutathione. What's your perspective on those things?
See, there are many things going in the market. Sometimes people just follow their own things like glutathione, collagen. But what I see is when you start taking any supplement, you must consult a dermatologist. Now, glutathione is available in oral forms, in intravenous forms, in topical forms also, even in face wash also. So what is ethical is the oral glutathione. If I recommend to a patient, depending on his body weight, I can recommend up to 500 mg. And then if I recommend topical form, we can represent in melasma or any pigmentation disorders. And if I give in IV, there are different guidelines, but it should not exceed 600 to 1200 mg per injection. But what happens, IV is again a dilemma because it's not safe. So I don't recommend IV injections that much because you need to be aware of the certain side effects that it might cause anaphylaxis, liver or kidney failure. So there is something where, glutathione, you must have heard about, that beauty drips.
Mm-hmm.
So beauty drips should not be given by anyone. Even it started in some lay places, beauty parlors or something who are not even dermatologists, they are giving, like cosmetologists. So the focus should be on the ethical practice. So you should take oral glutathione or the topical one. I don't say go for IV only for if a dermatologist recommends.
That's interesting. Hydrofacial.
Yeah.
This is another trending thing right now in India and across the Southeast Asia. What's your perspective on that?
So HydraFacial is a non-invasive technique. It's a facial which focuses on your skin. It will clarify your skin, remove the impurities, clear the dirt particles. It will throw away the dust particles and it will make your open pores shrink in size. It will give you a clear skin and we add the active peptides also, make it glowing and your skin is more tight and rejuvenated. It's like all in one.
And you would recommend that?
Yeah, we recommend in many patients who are having acne or fine lines, wrinkles, little bit aging changes, those who are looking for any events or functions or pre-bridals, or someone having a dull skin and they want instantly fair skin.
So that's when you recommend this.
Yeah, they instantly want a glowing skin. That's when I recommend. But again, there's a catch in this. Go for HydraFacials only by dermatologists is what I say. Because at parlors also they do, but then they will not know your skin, which glow serum to penetrate or which cleanser to use. So then it might not be safe. And there are of course certain side effects to HydraFacials also.
Like?
Like it can cause a redness or a flaky skin if not done properly or if you don't use the right ingredients.
Well, let's talk about the country that we live in. Not every pocket of India is having fresh air. Unfortunately, many of our metro cities right now, in the urban lifestyle that we live in, we face pollutions in every form. Living in this environment, how can one take care of one's skin or hair? What would be those hacks that everybody can easily adopt to have a glowing and healthy skin?
See, in a country like India, it's very hot, humid most of the times. Pollution is on the peak. But none of us are so much aware of the skin journey. So what you can do is you should always stick to a routine. See, it's like if you follow one day, तो एक दिन के लिए में तो अच्छा नहीं होगा skin. You need to follow all the 365 days, your skin regimen. Like if you start from the basics, you should cleanse your skin, you should exfoliate your skin once or twice a week because Indian skins have that more firm look, more acne prone. So you can use an exfoliating agent maybe twice a week.
Okay.
And then you can use a SPF every day before you go out. It should be used at least 20 to 30 minutes before you going out. And it should be applied on the face, sunscreen, neck, hands, and the foot. All the exposed area should be applied. If you are out in the sun, it should be reapplied every 3 hours from the morning to evening every day. And it's a myth. Some don't use sunscreen in winters or rainy season. It should be used all the seasons. And then if you're going at too hot places, you can use hats, you can use umbrellas, and you can use sunglasses. That will also benefit for the sun damage.
Do men also need to take care of their skin, or is it just for women?
See, men have little bit advantage because they have a firm skin, more elastic, more collagen fibers are there. Their androgen levels also help them. So men don't age fast.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's a catch.
A lot of
But
people would be happy to listen to this.
But that does not mean that they should not care. They have a different set of care and female have a different set of care. Like the moisturizers I tend to write for my male patients are different from the female patients. And the sunscreen is different for the females, like I give them tinted sunscreens. And for the males, I give them sunscreen having no white cast.
So for all my bros out there hustling in their lives, what would be your basic advice for men to take care of this skin?
Yeah, I will say कि जब आप आते हो क्लिनिक में बताने तो आप अपनी वाइफ को लेके आते हो, अपने लिए भी आना. And what you can do is you can ask for the doctor for a separate regimen for yourself. Like for a man, I would generally prescribe them a matte finish sunscreen, which is non-comedogenic and which will blend easily with their skin. And it will be like they will be comfortable. You won't feel like you are, applied something.
Yeah.
So then they are happy and then they apply it daily.
Let's focus on hair care. Hair care, same like skin care, can be concerning, can be distressing, can be what leads to fast aging, can be something that makes you feel rejected. There are a lot of problems, to name a few. But I think what I want to understand from you is, A, what are the frequent causes of hair fall? What are the things that mostly causes hair fall? And what are those preventive techniques that can slow down your pace at which you lose your hair? And then once you reach an age where you have different levels of balding, you briefly spoke about some of the treatments for hair care, but what are those specific treatments that people can opt for a better hairline and a healthier scalp?
Yeah, I'll answer this one by one.
Sure.
The first is the causes of hair fall. So the most important is the hereditary pattern. We need to understand that genetics do have a role. The second is stress. As I mentioned earlier, stress will damage your skin, hair, and there's lifestyle factors of obviously like alcohol and smoking. And then there are nutritional deficiencies. Like in a hair patient, we generally go for certain tests. Like there's a routine CBC, then thyroid test, then we go for the ferritin levels. So you tend to have that might be hypothyroidism, or you tend to have a low hemoglobin or a low B12 levels. And this all linked with hairs. And there are many other factors like proper hair care is also important. If you go to parlors and get wrong treatments done, like hair colors, hair dyes, and hair straightening, hair coloring, and permanent dyes, and hair botox and many things, it damages your hair. So we need to ask the history of patients who have undergone certain hair spas or hair treatments also. Any chemicals, they damage your hair.
So you recommend that we should not be using hair color?
Hair color can be used, but generally it should be ammonia free, and it should be temporary one. and should be highly good quality enough not to damage your hair. And you should always use a test patch first, and then you can apply to the hair.
Interesting. So obviously heredity, lifestyle, two major reasons. Stress, obviously,
Yes.
being one of them.
Nutrition.
Nutrition. With all of this, and with a person who's unfortunately suffering from hair loss, what could be the immediate preventive steps, and what could be the ideal treatments that you can recommend to our viewers?
So first we can start with the basics depending on the age.
Hmm.
Like if it were 18, 20-year-old patient, I would start on a basic like a biotin supplement, calcium pantothenate or omega-3 fatty acid supplement. Now, if it were the really balding and we grade the alopecia rating from 1 to 8, if it's a severe treatment or a moderate, the whole protocol, it changes.
Okay.
So in mild cases, we just give oral medicines and serums. In moderate cases, we do certain treatments like mesotherapy or PRP, and severe cases can opt for a hair transplant.
Sure.
And like if you come for the tablets, we give multivitamins, we give DHT blockers like finasteride, dutasteride. But generally, I give finasteride or dutasteride only to patients who are above a certain age, or if they are really more severely balded.
And most of the patients that you consult, are these typically men who are coming with balding issues, or you also face hair loss cases in women as well?
See, I see more cases in men who have androgenic alopecia. That's a hereditary pattern.
Okay.
And in female, I see more of telogen effluvium. So telogen effluvium is where you get the diffuse hair fall more than hundreds, 200s or 300s per day. Can be aggravated by stress or hormone changes or nutritional deficiencies. Even certain infections like dengue, chikungunya, any viral fevers can also trigger it. So
Interesting.
female generally come with a acute hair loss, and men come with a delayed slow hair loss, but men approach us when they are almost bald.
Thank you for making our audience cognizant with a lot of things that they can do. You obviously busted some of the myths. You also ensured that people have the right advice and they take informed decisions and avoid doing the wrong things, which they would later regret. Dr. Rachi, we spoke about treatments. We spoke about self-awareness. There is an important aspect that we need to focus on is lifestyle. As per you, how does lifestyle impacts one's skin or hair, and what can people do differently?
Yeah. See, lifestyle is the biggest thing which we can adapt if we want to have a healthy and a beautiful skin and hair. So starting from the basics, like let's come to the food we eat.
Mhm.
So we should eat a healthy diet, and we should avoid all the processed food. We should avoid all the sugary stuff if you want to have a good and a clear skin.
Okay.
There are certain things like आप अगर dairy products खाते हो, you tend to have more acne. So I advise my acne patients not to have dairy products.
So
And
no
cheese.
milk.
No, they can have milk,
Okay.
but don't milk.
Okay.
No cheese.
No cheese.
No cheese. No ice creams, no chocolates, no cold drinks. That's my first line of advice in all my acne patients. And then I say कि अगर ये तुम करोगे, then I'll start your medicines.
So people with acne as a condition, are you suggesting they go vegan?
It will help,
Mhm.
but I'm not saying it's their own choice.
Okay.
But if they don't go vegan, obviously we have the drug as an alternative. I do start them on isotretinoin. It's a wonderful drug which will decrease the sebum production, and it will make your skin normal to dry.
Interesting. So that's to do with food.
Yeah.
What
And then other things also, like this was for acne. Now, someone who has a lot of hair fall, then we tend to ask the lifestyle first, because if you're stressed, you can lose more than 100, 200, even 500 hairs per day.
Wow.
You won't believe, in Corona times, I had patients tremendous of hair fall. They were losing like 250, 300. I used to have that hair counts, hair pull test, bolte hain. So we pull out the hair from the scalp of the patient, and too many hairs they fall off. They were crying in my room and everything. And then it was a phase where already everyone was in tension, depression, anxiety, and COVID affected all of us, even the skin and hair. So obviously stress affects your hair. Then there are certain allergies also, which can happen due to stress, like urticaria, hives, And if you're aware of certain diseases, they also are exacerbated by stress,
Okay.
like psoriasis, eczema, autoimmune disease. So that's also linked with stress.
Interesting. What about sleep?
Oh, that's the best part. That's actually my hack. So you won't believe, Sunny, I sleep a lot now. I sleep almost 8 hours daily. I need my sleep. Only then, after all, everything starts. Of course, I was in residency and then dermatology and fellowship when we used to have that sleepless night, and we were seeing like 100, 200 patients every day. But once that all is done, now that I have the own private practice, so now I sleep 7, 8, even 9. You won't believe, even 10 hours. Sleep does magic to your skin.
How can consumption of alcohol or somebody smoking impact their skin and hair?
This is a message I can think we can give for the youth of today. So, as a person, as a doctor, I feel it's very bad for your health. Obviously, we all talk about the heart, cardiovascular. We don't talk about the skin and the hair.
Right.
So, in all my hair patients, I ask them, "Do you smoke?" Even in 18 and a 19-year-old, you won't believe. Many of them say yes. तो वो होता क्या है कि जब स्मोकिंग आप करते हो, देयर इज नॉट अ गुड ब्लड सर्कुलेशन, ब्लड फ्लो, एंड द माइक्रोन्यूट्रिएंट्स डज नॉट रीच योर स्कैल्प. So you tend to have the hair thinning, hair baldness, hair patches, and you start aging early. तो आपका जो वो बाल्डनेस गंजापन है वो 18-19 साल में दिखेगा. That's why I get a hint that he might be smoking. And when you look at the face, you age fast. You see, you get that wrinkles, your elasticity goes away, your hydration goes away. So what happens? You are left with a skin which is very like dehydrated and very like having the wrinkles, aged appearance.
Yeah.
So that is also one of the thing, because smoking does cause vitamin B12 deficiencies, and smoking, stress, everything leads to darkening of lips.
So lifestyle does impact all of this.
Yes. If you want to have a good skin and hair, I think you should quit smoking.
And quit drinking.
Quit drinking, yeah. Alcohol does very bad to your skin. It can cause a flushing of your skin and the redness. There is a disease called as acne rosacea. It can be aggravated. Allergies in your body can be aggravated. तुम्हें पता नहीं होगा, I'm not saying any off-label product, but yeah, related to alcohol, वो लिया और full body में maculopapular rash, मतलब full body में skin reaction. And it was a very important function for the patient next day.
Oh.
So ये alcohol के bad effects हैं. And then you have that puffy face, after drinking. So many things, your weight, everything affects. Your age increases.
Interesting.
Your skin will not look good. Skin is a mirror of what you eat, how you talk, how you sleep, everything. If you want to have a healthy skin, you should have a healthy lifestyle.
Let's talk about a very sensitive topic here, the social pressure that people go through. We live in a society where people are often bucketized on the basis of their looks. And a lot of this, there's a heavy emphasis on hair and skin, unfortunately. So while you may be a 360-degree person, you may be doing everything right, you may be super intelligent, you may be the most deserving person, but looks do matter. Now, while we can't change the society and its mindset, what's your perspective? Because you must be meeting hundreds and hundreds of people every day. You must have treated thousands of people. Some would have succeeded, some unfortunately would have still failed. But looking at those psychology side of those patients that you treat and having to have that first-hand experience of learning the chaos and the sense of rejection that they would be going through the society, what's your message for the audience?
This is an interesting question, actually. So what happens is everyone is worried for the skin, because whatever on the skin, it will show up, right? You
Yep.
can't hide it. Like if you're having a heart problem, you can hide it, but the skin you can't hide. So first, what I say is build yourself. if you improve your own skin, you will feel more confident about it.
Mhm.
And then there's the catch. If you feel more confident about yourself, you can excel in the field what you're working. So it will build your own personality. And then what happens is you get on that brighter side of life. You start achieving more. So I believe if you have a good skin, a good hair, you can live your life to your truest potential. It improves your confidence. Now in India, we do tend to compare, like the tone is compared or, the skin is compared. But instead, what we can say is we have a solution.
Yeah.
So you can consult the best person and you can get yourself treated. And also treatment is in all range of cost. We all can afford. It's not like it's something very costly. So that's also a myth that it's very costly.
So it's more about focusing on being more self-aware,
Yeah.
asking for the right help,
Yes.
consulting the right dermatologist or skin
Yes.
specialist, and focusing more on eliminating the cause
Yeah.
through healthy lifestyle, through treatments.
Yes.
Than
Basic
just
medicine.
worrying about it.
Yeah. Like you can adopt a healthy lifestyle and the basic oral multivitamins, the meds, like for hair, we just give basic, biotin, zinc, and omega-3 fatty acids. Like something basic will also help. And then the hair vitalizing serums we give, like something having anagen, peptides, and all, and plant cell extracts. Like for face, we do prescribe a sunscreen, moisturizer. They're all budget friendly. So I think that if you approach the right people, you can get a good solution.
Interesting.
And if you want, you can even opt for treatments. Like there are chemical peels, there are microdermabrasions, then there is derma rollers, and then there is lasers. There are tons of options available.
What we will do, because I'm sure it's going to help a lot of our audience here, is in our description of this video, we're going to put details. If people want to reach out to you or your clinic, they will have those coordinates mentioned there. And I'm hopeful that through your help, they can get a better lifestyle.
Yeah, that's my whole goal, that everyone should have the best version of themselves.
With that, let's go to the fun side of our episode, and it's going to be a rapid fire, which means I'm going to throw questions at you, and you don't have time to respond. You have to respond them in a swing. So are you ready for it?
Yes, I'm ready. Let's start.
Okay, so one skincare myth that you'd like to break today on the show.
The most common question I get is when patients enter my OPD, ma'am, I am going for laser today. एक ही सिटिंग में मुझे परमानेंट लाइफ टाइम अच्छा हो जाएगा क्या? So to all my audience, I would like to address कि एक सिटिंग में परमानेंट अच्छा नहीं होता. It takes dedication, commitment to have a healthy skin. You should adopt a normal lifestyle, take all the multivitamins, serums, creams what we have prescribed, and then go for regular laser sessions. So like something, if you want fast response, we can go for like monthly laser sessions. And after when you get a good response, you achieve the skin you want, it should be maintained once or twice yearly. So it's a lifetime investment.
It's a constant thing.
Yeah, I mean, in one single session, you can't give a lifetime guarantee.
Sunscreen in winter, yes or no?
Yes, in all seasons.
Your guilty pleasure snack versus your recommended food.
So I love to eat green apples. So why? Because it has a high fiber content, high vitamin C content. It improves your hydration, improves your immunity, improves your digestion. It has a master antioxidant glutathione. It boosts your skin whitening. Believe me, Sunny, it's hidden in my bag. I still have it. I eat it daily for years.
Green apple.
Yes. You can also start. It tastes like pani puri.
Not sure about that. If you had to choose one, 8 hours of sleep or 5 skincare products?
I think I will go with both of them. I need my sleep. I can't compromise on that. When you have any shows on, movies on, anything, I just need my sleep. Because I need to be confident. I need to attend my patients the next day. And it's my duty as being a doctor to be in the best version of myself so I can treat them better.
Very well said.
So I need my sleep. And obviously coming to the regimen, it needs to be followed every day. Like we brush our teeth, like we bath daily, the skincare regimen, the shampoos, the conditioner, the face, sunscreen, moisturizer, it should be a everyday job. Not like a one-day job. And not only the day we are getting married. It should be everyday job.
And a one-liner, one piece of advice for anybody who's suffering from skin.
I would say that don't think about it. Don't stress about your skin. Approach a doctor, dermatologist near you, and just get it treated because most of this is treatable. Of course, there are certain conditions where it's a long term control, but still, you can have a good skin. It's possible to have a good, flawless skin. Yes, but you need efforts for it.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much. Let's get to a little serious discussion now because we want to make sure that people understand and they almost have a checklist. So, when do one sees a dermatologist? So, if you look at the visible symptoms, you got acne, you got scars, you got marks on your nail, you see balding patches in your hair, in your scalp, you see other visible skin issues. Is that the right time to see a dermatologist or is it too late?
See, I think when you see the first time, you should consult immediately.
Okay.
The first thing is what happens people search on Google, they try to self treat. That should not be the case. Or they go to a local physician first, or try their family doctor first, and then come to a dermatologist. It should always be the first dermatologist because they will treat you in an expert way and in the right way.
A lot of skincare products in our country don't need a prescription, which means they can be bought from any pharmacy. What are the risks one carries when they're using these off-the-shelf products without proper knowledge and understanding?
So that's a very good question because I see everyday patients using steroid creams. Now, steroid creams are something which can cause tremendous side effects. There are fungal infections, and over the counter, the pharmacist they just give this, कि वो अंदर खुजली है वो मिट जाएगा. But believe me, the internal infections will never get cured by the steroid creams. It will just flare up. And what happens because of using the steroid creams, you tend to have the permanent stretch marks. Your skin becomes red, inflamed, dry, flaky, stretch mark starts. If you use the steroid cream for skin whitening, काफी patients they approach each other, अच्छा इससे मुझे गोरा हो गया तू भी try कर ले. So what happens if you apply that steroid on your face? It's a disaster.
Okay.
That's a very difficult part for any doctor to treat because what will happen with your face is it will become thin and your epidermis will just get exfoliated, and then you'll have that telangiectasias, means your blood vessels will become visible.
Yeah.
And then you will start having acne and you'll start having the facial hairs also in females. So it leads to so many side effects, and even when you go out in the sun, your sun sensitivity will increase. You'll have like a red, inflamed, flaky, and a dark pigmented skin. And you can't leave the steroid cream. If you leave it, again your skin will worsen. So it's a nightmare. But yeah, I do treat such patients. I do make them off steroids. I do laser treatment. That's where the laser hits.
So stop experimenting at home
Yes.
and come seek help
Yes.
is the message.
Yeah. Don't try skin whitening products by yourself.
Are there any skin diseases which, although cannot be cured, but with preventive care and proper treatment, can be prolonged in terms of their effectiveness?
There is a term like autoimmune disease.
Yes.
We have a lot of scale of diseases like pemphigus, psoriasis, vitiligo. This can't be cured, but can only be controlled. You're aware of vitiligo is a white spot disease, and India's it's like a taboo. So, but we do explain that if you come at an early stage, we can control the progression, and it can be possible that we can try to best control it. So it's not visible. Even there are vitiligo surgeries for it. So we do have options for that. Like pemphigus, it goes to my dermatology days when I was doing residency. That was my thesis topic. So it was very troubling for my mind because I saw the pemphigus patients who have blisters full body. Their family members were not ready to touch them. That no, we can't touch. We used to do dressings. It used to take 40-50 minutes per patient and in rounds, and there was full bleeding. So I remember a few patients whom we saved for 75 days. They were admitted at the hospital, and you won't believe they got the intact skin back.
Wow.
But yeah, there is some cash. We need to put them on corticosteroids, immunosuppressants for lifelong. So yeah, they need to get hospitalized often, and the care is important. The regular visits is important, but we do have life-saving treatments as well.
Interesting. So, for all kind of skin problems, there is a way out
Yes.
if they seek help at the right time.
Yes.
One thing I'm getting convinced again and again from your responses that we've been talking for last few minutes now is we as a society should focus on the quality of skin versus the beauty side of it. I think India is focused on beautification of one's looks or beautification of your face. But I think the quality aspect is equally important, if not more. And that's where you naturally look beautiful if your skin is healthy. So that's been a very, very major learning from what you've been sharing so far. And I'm sure as we go through this again and again, by virtue of this episode, my audience would have a lot of learnings, and I would encourage them to put it in the comments so that we can always refer back to them, and hopefully you can respond back to some of their very specific asks. Dr. Rachi, I think what you are doing is not just helping everybody come out of this social stigma of not having a proper skin or hair fall. I think you're doing more than that. The journey that you've taken and the mission and the passion that you carry for your work in a very selfless manner, you're trying to help everybody out there, which I think is a big deal. I've seen your work firsthand. I've seen the way you treat your patients, and I've also seen the dedication behind it. Your doors are open for everybody, whether people can afford it or not, and that gives you an edge over others in the society. What I would also like as a learning, and hopefully this episode would serve that for all of us here, is it is always good to seek help rather than experimenting and doing things on your own. And that's been a very strong message that you passed across. So with that being said, we come to the end of our episode today. But I would like to thank you for spending so much time with us and guiding all of us on effective skincare, effective hair care. And hopefully a lot of people who sees this episode today will take and extract a lot of value from this conversation. Thank you so much, Dr. Rachi.
Thank you, Sunny. And it was an honor being here today. So I thank all the audience for it. And you deserve to have a selfless and a flawless and a glowing skin.
Thank you so much again. So ladies and gentlemen, that was Dr. Rachi. Boy oh boy, so many myths busted. If your skincare and your hair care requires attention, you always have the right help possible. Please make sure that you continue to subscribe and follow us for more such insightful discussions. Until then, this is me signing off. Thank you. Take care.